Welcome. Today we're talking about something very important, something practical and something deeply personal for everyone listening. We're going to talk about how to make 2026 your best year, not just in English learning, but in your daily life, your mindset, and the way you communicate with the world.
Yes, and this is not about big promises or unrealistic goals. This is about daily habits, daily thinking, and daily English that slowly changes the way you live and speak.
When people hear best year, they often imagine success, happiness, or major achievements. But in real life, the best year usually begins with small, quiet changes.
Changes like how you start your morning, how you talk to yourself, and how you express your thoughts in simple English.
Let's begin with something very honest. Many people want a better year, but they don't change how they think or speak every day.
And language plays a big role in that. The way you use English can either limit you or support you.
For example, when someone says, "My English is bad," that sentence becomes part of their identity.
But when someone says, I'm improving my English step by step, the mindset changes completely.
Making 2026 your best year starts with changing these small inner sentences.
And today, we'll show you how to talk about goals, routines, reflection, and motivation in very natural English.
Let's start with the idea of intention. Before goals, before plans, there is intention.
Intention is how you want to live, not what you want to achieve.
In English, you might say, "In 2026, I want to live more intentionally."
Or, I want to focus on progress, not pressure.
These sentences are simple, but they are powerful.
Let's imagine a natural conversation.
Borey, have you thought about what you want from 2026?
Yes, I have. I want it to be a calmer year. I want to focus on learning and taking care of myself.
That sounds realistic and healthy.
Notice how that conversation doesn't include stress or big promises. It sounds human.
Now let's talk about routines, because routines shape your year more than motivation.
Motivation comes and goes, but routines stay.
In English, people often talk about routines like this,
I'm trying to build better daily habits.
or "I want to start my day more intentionally."
These are very common phrases used by native speakers.
Let's practice another short dialogue.
Do you have any routines you want to change next year?
Yes, I want to spend less time on my phone and more time reading and practicing English.
That's a great goal, and it sounds very natural.
Notice how the speaker doesn't say perfect English or fluent fast.
They focus on daily action, not results.
Now let's slow down and reflect. Reflection is a key part of making a year meaningful.
Reflection means looking back honestly, without judgment.
In English, you can say, "This year taught me a lot."
Or, I learned what works for me and what doesn't.
These sentences show maturity and awareness.
Let's model that.
When I look back at this year, I realize that consistency matters more than intensity.
That sentence sounds thoughtful and professional.
Now let's talk about English learning specifically.
Many learners want to speak more fluently, but they don't know how to fit English into real life.
The answer is not more textbooks. The answer is more meaningful input.
Listening to podcasts, speaking out loud, and thinking in English during simple moments.
For example, while walking, cooking, or waiting.
In English, you can describe this habit like this.
I try to use English in small moments throughout the day.
Or, I practice English naturally, not only when studying.
These are very natural expressions.
Let's imagine a workplace conversation.
What are you doing to improve your English next year?
I'm focusing on daily listening and speaking, even if it's just a few minutes.
That sounds realistic and effective.
Now let's talk about confidence, because confidence is often misunderstood.
Confidence doesn't mean speaking perfectly.
It means being comfortable making mistakes.
In English, you can say, "I'm learning to be more confident when I speak."
Or, I don't want fear to stop me from communicating.
These sentences sound honest and strong.
Let's slow down and do a short shadowing moment.
I want to improve step by step.
I don't need to be perfect.
I just need to keep going.
Excellent.
Now let's talk about balance, because making 2026 your best year doesn't mean doing more.
Sometimes it means doing less, but with more intention.
In English, you can say, I want a better balance between work and rest.
Or, I want to take care of my mental energy.
These are very modern, natural expressions.
Let's create a reflective story.
Last year, I tried to do too many things at once. This year, I want to focus on fewer goals but do them well.
That kind of reflection sounds very real and relatable.
Now, let's talk about measuring progress.
Progress is not always visible, but it's always happening if you stay consistent.
In English, people often say, I can see small improvements.
Or, I feel more comfortable than before.
These sentences show growth without pressure.
Let's model that.
My English isn't perfect, but I feel more confident expressing my thoughts.
That sentence sounds natural and honest.
As we move forward, remember this.
The best year is not about changing everything.
It's about understanding yourself better.
And using language as a tool, not a barrier.
Let's go deeper into how people naturally talk about growth, change, and building a better year in real English. This is where many learners struggle because these conversations are emotional, reflective, and subtle.
Yes, native speakers don't usually speak about goals in a dramatic or motivational way. They speak calmly, thoughtfully, and realistically.
One common pattern is talking about direction instead of results.
For example, instead of saying, I will be successful in 2026, people often say, I want to move in a better direction.
That sentence feels more human and more achievable.
Let's hear it in context.
How do you feel about next year?
I feel hopeful. I don't know exactly what will happen, but I want to move in a better direction.
That sounds natural, thoughtful, and emotionally balanced.
Now let's talk about how people describe change over time.
Change is rarely sudden. Most of the time, it's gradual.
In English, people say things like, I've been slowly changing how I think.
Or, I've noticed a shift in my habits.
These phrases are very common in reflective conversations.
Let's build a longer reflection.
Over the past year, I've noticed that I'm more patient with myself. I don't rush as much, and I try to focus on progress rather than comparison.
That kind of reflection sounds very real and relatable. Now let's talk about measuring progress.
Progress is not always visible, but it's always happening if you stay consistent.
In English, people often say, I can see small improvements.
Or, I feel more comfortable than before.
These sentences show growth without pressure.
Let's model that.
My English isn't perfect, but I feel more confident expressing my thoughts.
That sentence sounds natural and honest.
As we move forward, remember this.
The best year is not about changing everything.
It's about understanding yourself better.
And using language as a tool, not a barrier.
That kind of language sounds mature and confident.
Now let's connect this to English learning again, because language reflects thinking.
When learners say, I'm bad at English, it closes the door.
But when they say, I'm still learning, the door stays open.
In 2026, many learners want to speak more naturally.
Natural English doesn't mean complex vocabulary, it means clear thinking.
For example, instead of memorizing difficult words, native speakers rely on simple structures.
Sentences like, what I'm trying to say is...
Or, from my experience,
These phrases help you speak smoothly and confidently.
let's practice a short academic-style reflection.
From my experience, consistency matters more than talent. When I practice regularly, I feel more confident expressing my ideas.
That sounds like something a real professional would say.
Now let's talk about daily conversations, because daily language shapes your year.
Daily conversations include talking about plans, feelings, energy, and challenges.
Native speakers often say, I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed lately.
Or, I'm trying to manage my time better.
These are not dramatic statements, they're honest and calm.
Let's imagine a daily life conversation.
How has your week been?
It's been busy but productive. I'm learning how to manage my energy better.
That answer sounds natural and balanced.
Now let's talk about time, because time management is a big topic when people talk about a new year.
Instead of saying, I don't have time, native speakers often say, I need to prioritize better.
That sentence shifts responsibility without sounding negative.
Let's model that.
I want to make more time for learning next year, so I need to be more intentional with my schedule.
That sounds very professional and realistic.
Another key part of making 2026 your best year is learning how to talk about setbacks.
Setbacks are normal, and native speakers talk about them openly.
For example, I had a setback, but I learned from it.
Or, things didn't go as planned, but that's okay.
These sentences show resilience.
Let's practice.
I didn't achieve everything I wanted this year, but I learned a lot about myself.
That sentence feels honest and emotionally intelligent.
Now let's move into workplace-style language, because many listeners want to improve professionally.
In professional English, people talk about growth using calm, reflective language.
For example, I'm working on improving my communication skills.
Or, I want to be more effective in how I express my ideas.
These phrases are common in meetings and self-evaluations.
Let's hear a workplace reflection.
In 2026, I want to communicate more clearly at work and feel more confident sharing my opinions.
That sentence sounds realistic and professional.
Now let's slow down and talk about mindset again.
The best years usually come when people stop fighting themselves.
In English, people say, I'm learning to be kinder to myself.
Or, I'm letting go of unrealistic expectations.
These expressions are very natural and widely used.
Let's practice.
I'm trying to let go of pressure and focus on steady improvement.
That sounds calm and grounded.
Now let's talk about speaking English in real situations.
Many learners wait until they feel ready.
But native speakers become fluent by speaking before they feel ready.
In English, you can say, I'm practicing by using English in real conversations.
Or, I'm not waiting for perfect English anymore.
These sentences show confidence.
Let's model that.
I make mistakes when I speak, but I don't stop myself anymore.
That's exactly how fluency grows.
Now let's talk about reflection at the end of the year.
Reflection helps you close one chapter and open another.
In English, people often say, this year taught me valuable lessons.
Or, I'm grateful for the growth I experienced.
These sentences are very common.
Let's build a final reflective paragraph.
As this year comes to an end, I feel grateful for the lessons I learned. I'm not perfect, but I'm more aware, more patient, and more confident than before.
That sounds like a real closing reflection.
And that's the key message for making 2026 your best year.
Not perfection.
Awareness.
Not pressure.
Progress.
Not silence.
Communication.
If you continue listening, practicing, and reflecting in English, your confidence will grow naturally.
Let English be part of your life, not a separate task.
Speak gently, think clearly, and move forward step by step.
This is how real progress feels.
And this is how you make 2026 your best year.
Thank you for listening.
Keep going.